We were lied to, and are continually being lied to about the Southport killings. Nigel Farage has now made a shocking announcement that reveals the scale of this cover-up. In today's video, we will watch and react to what has been said, whilst also going over all of the latest news from up and down the country. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and join our fast-growing community. Just a quick one to say we have new Stuck Farmer t-shirts available on our store. Go grab them now. They are available at britishstand.com or check the link in the description. The Southport killings has been a really weird situation since it happened. We were, of course, told one thing, and then it turned out months later that everything was true about was initially thought. The Southport killers trial begins on January 20th and should last around 4 to 6 weeks. Ahead of it, Nigel Farage has made a shocking admission. Have a watch.
Southport, all I can say to you right now is I know a hell of a lot more than the British public know. A hell of a lot more. I've been completely silenced. I dared, the day after Southport, to do a video to say, can we please know who this man is? Was he known to the authorities? Why do I feel we're not being told the truth? The level of demonisation I came under for that from both front benches was astonishing. From media commentators, demonisation on a level that I'd never even experienced. Now I'm told by the Speaker of the House of Commons, I can't ask questions about it in the House of Commons. Parliamentary privilege is out of the window. Even rumours today that the court case, which is due in January, every effort is being made to defer it. Right? Yeah, this is what's going on. We are witnessing one of the biggest cover-ups we've ever seen in our lives. And I won't say any more than that. I genuinely would never wish to be in contempt of court.
What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. In some other news, hundreds of farmers have descended on the Welsh Labour conference in Llandudno, staging a tractor protest against inheritance tax changes announced in the recent budget. The demonstration saw agricultural vehicles line up outside venue Cymru, where Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer made a speech. Protest organisers Digon YW Digon, which translates as enough is enough, called for people to stand shoulder to shoulder with farmers and rural communities. Demonstrators brought tractors, slurry tankers, lorries and 4x4s with trailers to make their voices heard. Placards declared there was blood on Labour hands and Labour war on countryside as farmers expressed their fury over the new tax measures. Protesters chanted, "Save our farms," while tractor horns blared on the promenade, attempting to ensure politicians inside the building heard their message. The Chancellor used her first budget to announce changes to agricultural property relief, APR, and business property relief, BPR, from April 2026. Under the new rules, the first £1 million of combined business and agricultural assets will continue to attract no inheritance tax. However, for assets above £1 million, inheritance tax will apply with 50% relief, at an effective rate of 20%. A row has erupted over the exact impact of these changes, with conflicting data from different government departments. Treasury data suggests 3/4 of farmers will pay nothing under the new rules. But farmers dispute these figures, citing Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs data indicating 66% of farm businesses are worth more than the £1 million threshold. The Prime Minister avoided confrontation with the protesters by leaving the venue through a back gate with a police escort, drawing boos from demonstrators. High-profile farmer Gareth Wyn-Jones condemned the PM's actions, saying, "He didn't come and face the audience. He didn't come and talk to us. He went out the back." He went back to his London hideout while hundreds of farmers turned out to air their frustrations and grievances. We need to feed this nation in a sustainable and affordable way, and this government does not care one iota. A woman protester who witnessed Starmer's departure said, "He sneaked in the back way. He can't face up to people who voted him in. I come from a farming family. I never thought I would see the day our farmers were provoked into having to come and make a point." Inside the conference, Sir Keir Starmer stood firm on the budget decisions, despite the protests outside. "Make no mistake, I will defend our decisions in the budget all day long, he told delegates, avoiding explicit mention of the inheritance tax changes. He added, I will defend facing up to the harsh light of fiscal reality. I will defend the tough decisions that would be necessary to stabilize our economy. The Prime Minister instead focused on highlighting investment, announcing £21 billion for Wales next year, which he called a record figure. He praised Wales for having carried the torch for Labour during Conservative rule in Westminster, celebrating the election of 27 MPs that made Wales a Tory-free zone. A £160 million investment zone in Wrexham and Flintshire was also confirmed for next year. Farmers warned the inheritance tax changes would have severe consequences for food prices and industry survival. A Snowdonia farmer who wished to remain anonymous said the budget plans would have a hell of an impact. People are in debt as it is. Our impression is Labour hates farmers, he said, warning, there will be more empty shelves if things go the way they are. Lastly, pro-Palestine protesters disrupted a speech by a Czech foreign minister at a British university yesterday. The minister was forced to abandon his address on the war in Ukraine at University College London, UCL, after a group of protesters interrupted the event. The speech, organised by the Places, Identities and Memories Research Centre in collaboration with the Czech Embassy in London and the School of Slavonic and Eastern European Studies Society, was cut short after about 15 minutes of protest. The protest led to the cancellation of both the remainder of the speech and a planned question and answer session. The protesters stood up and clapped during the address, chanting repeatedly, "Free Palestine" and "From River to the Sea." They also accused the minister of genocide, while other attendees called for the protesters to stop so they could hear the rest of the speech. The disruption continued for about 15 minutes, making it impossible for the minister to continue with his planned remarks on the war in Ukraine. UCL security managed the situation, and police were called in due to the high-profile nature of the speaker. The Czech Republic has been a strong supporter of Israel in recent diplomatic matters. Last month, the country blocked a joint EU statement calling for an immediate ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah, which also sought to condemn the rising civilian death toll in Lebanon. Following security advice, the minister left the university early. I was ready to finish my lecture and answer questions in the discussion, he said in a statement. UCL strongly condemned the incident, with a spokesman stating, "We are deeply disappointed that a public talk by the Czech Minister of Foreign Affairs at UCL was disrupted by a small group of protesters and had to end early." The university confirmed it was investigating the incident. "We are looking into what happened and will take appropriate action as necessary." What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British political content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.